We have a material testing laboratory at Vatva, Ahmedabad. We have a material testing laboratory at Vatva, Ahmedabad. We do destructive testing, non-destructive testing, remaining life assessment and non-destructive testing training for level 1 and level 2. We are approved by NABL, IBR, AERB and all reputed third-party inspection agency. We are also having a facility for training of ASNT level 2, level 1 and level 2. We are approved remaining life assessment organization approved by Central Boiler Board. Details of testing facility, our colleague will explain the facility of destructive and not destructive testing. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Vishal Thakkar. I am playing role as a metallurgist, cum quality manager, and my colleague, Mr. Nimesh Patel, is a competent person by Central Boiler Board. Today we are going today to represent our company Harsh Testing and Training Center, which is provided all the facilities testing facilities under one roof. We are established in 2015. We are leading service provider in destructive testing, non-destructive testing, and remaining life assessment. Our director is Shri Chetan Shah. He has more than 30 years industrial experience. He is ASNT NDT level 3 and he is treasurer of ISNT chapter Ahmedabad. Our vision is to become a leading testing center valuing its customer need by providing high quality, competitive and timely services for destructive and non-destructive testing and NDT trainings. You can see our milestones. We are sharing our milestones with you because directly or indirectly, all of you are part of this our journey. With your blessings, our company was founded in 2015, and after few years, we got the approval of AERB, IBR, and NABL. You know that after that, mostly 2 years got spoiled in COVID-19 pandemic, and finally, but we continue the hard work and smart work, and finally we got the IBR approval, well-known RLA as a well-known RLA organization by Central Boiler Board. We are mainly focused in 6 services, mainly destructive testing, non-destructive testing, advanced NDT, RLA, SR, PWST, and NDT level 2 training. Among of this destructive testing, tensile test, band test, hardness test, microstructure examination. Among of these, tensile testing and hot tensile testings. Tensile test is used to know that the condition of material by UTS, ultimate tensile strength, yield strength, percentage elongation, and it's applicable to plate, pipe. You know that class 1 plates, class 2 plates, SIB boilers. You can use all-well tensile test, some in RLA you can do that hot tensile test about 450 degrees centigrade. Second one is chemical analysis. Chemical analysis is based on the optical OES principle, optical emission spectrometer, and spectrometer to find out the exact percentage of chemical composition of the material. We have the facilities for ferrous alloys, aluminium, copper, nickel and titanium, and it is applicable to all boiler parts. Third one is microstructure examination. It is the most critical and important examination in our scenario. Microstructure of the material examines how the material was made and how the material will behave in the service. Also it is applicable to header, superheater tubes, water wall tubes, screen tubes and various boiler parts. Another one is hardness measurement. Hardness measurement is used to detect the toughness of the material by HRB scale, HRC scale, HV and HB scales. Apart from house digital hardness testing machines, we also have the UCI hardness test and LIB hardness test. It is applicable in the industry through fillet joints, weld joints and various boiler parts. I request to continue my colleague to continue.
Thank you to Vishal. I am presenting remaining parts of NDT testing, RLA testing and failure investigation of boiler parts. We are heard the starting from the inaugural session and first session about the safety of the person, safety of the industrial, fatal accidents. So regarding that, NDT testing and RLA failure investigation, that the important parts of the safety. Now I representing non-destructive testing. First one is dye penetrant testing to detect the surface defect which is applicable in boiler weld joint, steam drum joints, all critical parts where the butt joint and fillet joints. Magnetic particle testing to detect surface and subsurface defect in ferrous material applicable and in weld joint, in steam drum, weld joint in headers and critical pressure parts. Ultrasonic testing to detect deep internal defect applicable in steam drum, weld joint, headers joint and pressure vessel butt joints. Ultrasonic thickness measurement. We provide service for ultrasonic thickness measurement of various boiler parts like boiler tubes, headers, steam drum. To thickness measurement range is 0.5 mm to 500 mm. Radiography testing to detect internal defect of weld joints and casting which is applicable in steam drum, long seam, circular seams and headers, butt joints. Sixth one is visual inspection, in direct visual inspection and indirect visual inspection. Direct visual inspection through surface visual inspection and indirect visual inspection by videoscopy inspection of headers, drums and non-accessible parts. Positive material identification to identify the grade of various material or to sorting of mixing of materials. In situ metallography. It is the most important testing parts of NDT testing to identify the degradation of the material in boiler, which is starting stopping of the boiler in number of time and high temperature area attempter portion where the attempter sometime bypass or temperature not controlled in auto system where material structure degraded, which is identified in situ metallography, which is applicable in boiler tubes, steam drums, headers to identify the material degradation. Apart from conventional NDT testing, we are also providing advanced NDT with advanced technology and equipments. Phase array ultrasonic testing, PAUT. Nowadays, faster and reliable inspection, PAUT is most important testing which is replace the radiography testing in high thickness job and steam. IoT, internal oxide scale measurement, which is present, which is available in superheater tubes where the high temperature available, where the oxide present and oxide scale thickness affect the life of the superheater tubes. We are providing the advanced ultrasonic testing to measure the oxide scale thickness. RFET, remote field electromagnetic testing to detect the internal surface defect of the tubes of condensers, boilers to identify the internal defect of the tubes. Helium leak testing. It is the most advanced technology to identify the very small leak in a condenser, even turbine vacuum system to find out the vacuum leaking system applicable in heat exchangers, valves, pressure vessel. Now we are totally session are on the safety. Now I am presenting about the RLA and NDT of the boiler. Our firm is recognized by Central Boiler Board as a well-known RLA organization. up to and above 120 kg per centimeter square pressure of any type of boiler and pressure component. As per IBR 1950 Regulation 391A, aging of the boiler, when these clauses are applicable in water tube boilers, boiler which are operating temperature of main steam line above 400 degree and operation of the boiler 1 lakh hours of, which shall be need to remaining life assessment through the RLA organization. Similarly, heat recovery steam generator boilers, it's also same criteria. Boiler which are operating up to and above 400 degree temperatures and running hours 1 lakh hours need to shall be remaining life assessment through the RLA organization. Why RLA and NDT of pressure pass need? Answer is not only for safety, but it's concern with the cost reduction, also downtime of the system, plants. Main causes of potential failure of the tubes, steam drums, headers is overheating, corrosion, erosion, creep rupture, stress corrosion cracking, swell due to the high temperature of superheater headers, static dynamic stress, hydrogen embrittlement and water wall tubes, support failures, microstructure degradation. What is our RLA approach and methodology? Collecting the running operating parameters of clients throughout the visual inspection of the boiler components, dimensional measurement of critical locations, headers, tubes and steam drums, collecting the scale and deposit sample for the chemical analysis from the steam drums, mud drums and water wall tubes to identify the percentage of oxide present in a scale, hydrogen embrittlement survey of the water walls furnace, thickness survey of the superheater tubes, in-bed tubes and steam drums, internal oxide scale measurement at superheater tubes and reheater tubes to identify the remaining life of the dead tubes, and NDT testing of the main wheel joints of headers, steam drums, in situ metallography to identify the thermographical effect of the aging and creep rupture related problems, in situ hardness measurement with the portable hardness tester to identify the materials hardness, ACRT test of the superheater tubes for remaining life estimation, laboratory testing to provide the valuable information about the material soundness, which is taken sample from the boiler water walls tubes, superheater tubes and in-bed tubes, non-destructive testing to provide the insight into the component integrity, recommendation regarding the run, repair or replacement of the dead components. Our strength for the remaining life assessment is NABL accredited material testing laboratory, well-known remnant life assessment organization approved by the Central Boiler Boards, latest and computer controlled testing equipment, AERB approved radiography testing facility, life assessment in presence of the competent person, review of the test result by ASNT NDT level 3 person, team of the highly experienced metallurgists. All the facility are available under one roof. We are also providing the additional IBR welder qualification in-house facility with the welding and as well testing of the testing of the component by qualification of the welder as per the IBN 1950. Also providing NDT level 1 and 2 training. These are our valuable clients. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. So, likely we have concluded the session, somewhat delayed by 10 minutes. I will not take much time for the analysis of the session. Mr. Utpal Pandya has given so many new techniques today which are not available in India, but in future it may come to India, the dawn system and all these things. At presently we are not using that techniques, but in near future it will come to the India. So can you give some specific examples of the company, which companies or which country they are using the drone systems for the inspection of the boilers? Second, Mr. Makwana has given the presentation on the efficiency and monitoring systems and all these things. But the main concern of the industry is a cost factor. So what is the cost of investment in all these systems, and what is the payback period, and any other facilities or any other discounts is available, or any finance system is available for the industry so they can go for the system? Or you have to give the different stages of the modules, the module 1, module 2, module 3. So low cost module can be used by these very small industries. So they can revamp their boilers stage by stages. I know Mr. Suhag, his expertise in the field of AFBC boilers and CFBC boilers. So I would expect more questions from the audience for him to give the answers. Mr. Chetan Sai has given very good corporate presentation. He is a very good expert of the metallurgy. So I am having one doubt in my field regarding the hardness of the metal. I would like to draw your attention that what is your experience about the testing of the hardness for particularly SA5 and 6 grade 70 plates, and what is happening after welding in HAZ, what is the percentage of hardness that can be allowed in HAZ? So can you give some idea about that? That will be helpful for us. So this session is open for the open question answers. Thank you.
Yes, first.
Actually, sir, I have taken the reference for the drone, I have taken the reference from flyability.com. Okay, the Flyability is a company which is making drone for the specific purpose of boiler. And the video is available on the website. One can see how it can fly inside the boiler and how the data is represented. But my personal experience is that it is very challenging to design a drone which carries something other than the camera, because the rotating blade and the battery life, the center of gravity is changing once we add something. It's a big problem. Second thing is we also need to see our government policy. Right now, in the last year budget, the agro drones have been permitted by the government. It means the agriculture drones can be used for the pesticides and other things. So the Industrial Boiler Association has also looked into this futuristic thing, because a lot of things can be avoided with the help of such technologies.
I have briefed about in totality there will be ROI of 8 to 12 months if we go with the only digital services. The digital services is coupled with the equipment which should be there in the boiler house, which is connecting the boiler house equipment or as a boiler house in the cloud. So as a totality, the ROI is in the tune of 8 to 12 months looking at the current price. Still, in some of the cases, the ROI is justifiable in the tune of 6 months also. The digital service give the advantage of additional 3%. On top of that, the additional benefit of the product. The product is delivering the benefit in the tune of 5 to 7%. So totality, 5 to 7% from the product, which has been said in the starting of the session, boiler house energy conservation, and 3% additional with this digital services. So 10% direct benefit, which gives you the ROI in the tune of 8 to 12 months for any kind of, and with this price, sometimes the ROI comes in the tune of 6 months also. And top of that, the safety briefing, the safety advantage and the environment advantage is the additional, which cannot be classified as ROI.
For the hardness, as the Mistri sir said that for hardness SF 500 60/70. So as per the ASTM specification, ASME or ASTM, there is no specific criteria, minimum or maximum. कोड बोलता ही नहीं है कि इतनी चाहिए, लेकिन एज पर द मिल टीसी इट शुड बी 200 BHN मैक्सिमम फॉर द पेरेंट मेटल आफ्टर हीट ट्रीटमेंट, आफ्टर SR, आफ्टर PWST. इट शुड बी लाइक जब अपने वेल्डिंग करते हैं तो कोई भी स्ट्रेस जनरेट होते हैं या कोई भी मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेस है या वेल्डिंग स्ट्रेस है, कोई भी स्ट्रेस जनरेट हो गए वहाँ पे, तो अब इसीलिए उसको SR या PWST करेंगे कि उसकी हार्डनेस एज कंपेयर टू द पेरेंट मेटल होनी चाहिए और विद इन ±10%, नॉट पर द एज पर द कोड, इट अ रूटीन प्रैक्टिस, लेकिन 200 BHN मैक्सिमम होनी चाहिए. थैंक यू.
Now the session is open for the question answer session.
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question with Suhag, sir. Sir, during shutdown, we used to clean our boilers for inspection purpose. For example, tubes and ESP. How it is reliable to clean the tubes and ESP with water?
Wherever the refractory is not affecting you and after doing a cold, it is not like that in a hot condition you are starting a water jetting. But if it is refractory is not affected and tubes are in cold condition, you have to wash it by the hydrojet also. And ESP you need because after hydrojet you have to make it air dried. Means you have to run the ID fan for several hours to dry it out. It is not like that you have to immediately start the boiler. So and in same case ESP also you have to do by hydrojetting, but after that you have to keep drying out. That is main two things you have to take care. Otherwise you have to do by hydrojetting, not an issue.
It does not affect the life of ESP?
No, not effect. If you clean it properly and dry it properly.
Okay.
Because you have not to leave any water contaminants before startup. Okay?
Raw water can be used or
Better if you have soft water. Raw water, there may be chances of deposition inside the tubes. If it is you are cleaning inside the tubes, outside there is not an effect. But better you use soft water if it is available.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, for ESP life depend on the current flow ratio and alignment of the field.
You have not to use this practice frequently. In a 2 years, 3 years, once a while you can use. Otherwise, not regular practice in ESP particularly. Because there may be disturbance in the alignment, as rightly said, damage of the electrodes. When you are putting a hydrojet, there may be chances of damage of electrodes. So that all things you have to take care before doing the hydrojet in the ESP. Right?
Yes. मैं ESP के लिए थोड़ा क्लियर करना चाहूँगा कि ESP में बेसिकली क्या होता है कि उसका जो कलेक्टिंग और डिस्चार्ज इलेक्ट्रोड होता है ना, उसका स्पेस फिक्स होता है, लाइक 400 mm 300 mm वॉटएवर. तो उसमें होता क्या है कि जब उसका गैप कोई भी मतलब मिस अलाइन हो जाता है तो उसमें से स्पार्क बैक आता है, तो वो कंट्रोल कार्ड है उसको कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाता, तो आपका ESP फेलर हो जाता है. कई बार मतलब आपका ट्रांसफार्मर में TR रेक्टिफायर जो सेट होता है वो भी फेलर हो जाता है. तो बेसिकली ESP में वही रहता है कि वो हाई वोल्टेज से ऑपरेट होता है, तो वही होता है और कुछ नहीं होता. उसको 2 साल में एक बार आपको कंपलसरी, अगर आपको एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी चाहिए और लॉन्ग लाइफ चाहिए तो उसको आपको दोनों साइड से एक तो TR का फिल्ट्रेशन कराना पड़ेगा एवरी ईयर, और सेकंड हैंड आपको उसका अलाइनमेंट प्रॉपर कराना पड़ेगा, तभी चलेगा.
He is talking about the fouling, means when we are using a lignite or this type of fuel, then there will be a deposition on the electrodes itself. And collecting plate, so we are seeing that when the wrapping systems are not working. So due to that reason we are seeing a fouling, lot of fouling, means it is not possible to do a clean by manual, right? We are putting a labors, we are putting all these things, but it is practically it is not possible to clean. Then what we do? wrapping systems are not perfectly working and cleaning is not, so it will not perform whatever the emission level we require. So that's why once a while you have to wash it by hydrojetting. That's it. But take care before, after hydrojetting you have to dry it out properly. That is must.
सर हम लोग हमारे उधर एमई यूज़ करते हैं। एमई में फर्स्ट कैलेंडर है, उसमें कंडेंसेट रिकवरी करते हैं तो उसमें टीडीएस जंप कर जाता है बीच बीच में। जब स्टार्टिंग में कंडेंसेट को ड्रेन भी करते हैं फिर भी, और वो प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी सर्किट सेपरेट ही है।
नहीं तो उस केस में कंडेंसेट आपको लेना नहीं है डायरेक्ट बॉयलर में,
नहीं लेना है वो तो
उसको
समझ गए,
कलेक्ट
लेकिन
करना है। जब क्वालिटी सही है तो ही उसको यूज करना है, तब अदरवाइज नहीं
क्या
करना है।
रीजन हो सकता है? डिफरेंट सेपरेट सर्किट है वो।
तो इसीलिए इस टाइप के कंडेंसेट जहां हमको लगता है कि कभी आएगा कभी नहीं आएगा, दैट इज मोर डेंजरस।
ओके ओके,
मैं फिर बता रहा हूँ, जहां हमको ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो कभी कंटामिनेट आ सकता है कभी नहीं आ सकता है, तो वो तो सबसे डेंजर है।
नहीं तो लॉजिकली तो आना नहीं चाहिए कंडेंसेट में।
तो वो सिस्टम आपको चेक करना पड़ेगा।
हाइड्रो टेस्ट भी किया हमने, हाइड्रो टेस्ट भी लिया उसका।
तो कहाँ से फिर उसका जो सोर्स आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा।
उसका कुछ वेपर बन के हो सकता है, ऐसा कुछ
वेपर आके बाकी सिस्टम से कैरी ओवर होके फिर वापस कंडेंसेट में आ रहा होगा,
तो वो समझ में नहीं आता है वो।
हाँ, देन वी हैव टू सी, कॉल मी लेटर ऑन।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू।
हाँ, ये कंडेंसेट केमिकल वेपर कंडेंस થઈ નહીં પાછો તમારે સ્ટીમમાં આવે।
सर
ओके
सर सुहाग सर।
यस
सर सुहाग सर, अंकुश। सर आप ड्राई फायर को इलेबोरेट कर सकते हैं थोड़ा?
क्या
ड्राई फायर?
ड्राई फायर?
हाँ,
ड्राई फायर मुझे नहीं समझ क्या है। मैं एलोबरेट क्या करूंगा जब मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा ड्राई फायर क्या बोल रहे हैं आप।
सर ड्राई फायर जो मैंने अभी तक पढ़ा है वो रिगार्डिंग ड्राई फायर ऐसा होता है कि जैसे बाय चांस पावर फेलियर और कुछ भी हुआ, तो रिगार्डिंग जब मेरे जो जैसे AFBC हो गया बॉयलर, तो उसमें कोल फीडिंग जा रहा है और जब पावर गया तो कोल फीडिंग जो अंदर गया वो तो अपना लाइट अप रहेगा ही बॉयलर, फर्नेसिस हीट अप होगा, बॉयलर गया तो पंप तो मेरा बंद हो जाएगा, फीड वाटर पंप, लेकिन उसके अंदर हीट जनरेटेड रहेगी। हीट जनरेटेड रहेगी तो वो जितना मीन्स जो अपना वाटर है वो तो पूरा इन अ फेम इन अ वेपर फेज में वो पूरा निकल जाएगा। वो एक लिमिट से अगर ज़्यादा जाता है देन व्हाट कुड बी हैपन?
एक लिमिट से ज़्यादा नहीं, बेड कोयल आपका जो अगर FBC की बात करेंगे तो बेड कोयल तक का खाली हो जाएगा, तो देन विल बी चांसेस ऑफ बेड कोयल फेल्यूर, नथिंग एल्स।
So
it is not called a dry fire. I heard first time this dry fired word.
जनरली सर इस कंडीशन में तो हम तो हॉट बॉक्स अप ही कर देते हैं।
नहीं, हॉट बॉक्स अप अपने आप हो जाता है, लेकिन फिर भी वो बोल रहे हैं कि भाई आपका लेवल उससे भी डाउन चला गया और चांसेस है, इट इज नॉट लाइक कि नहीं जाएगा। पावर अवेलेबल नहीं है, पानी आप दे नहीं सकते, तो वो जो अंदर गुड यार, ऐसा आप मैनेजमेंट को आप बोलेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा। यस यस, गुड गुड, आई लाइक इट दिस टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑब्जर्वेशन। सभी इंजीनियर सभी ऑपरेटर ऐसा अगर अपोज करने लग जाएंगे, अभी क्या आपने अपोज किया तो आपकी नौकरी गई।
नहीं, एक बार तो बोलना ही पड़ेगा।
वो बोलेगा आप चला नहीं सकते, दूसरा चला लेगा आके,
दूसरा नहीं चला पाएगा, वो फेलो कर देगा।
गुड गुड,
शैलेश पंचायत
things are coming up due to this type of seminars, this open discussion. Definitely you are building your confidence. Thank you.
जय केमिकल खंभात।
Good.
सुहाग सर, sir, I have a question about this new technology about the biomass feeding. So right now, just you tell me, sir, right now how much percentage we have successfully achieved the combustion of this biomass in our boiler? It may be ABC or CABC, just a little bit brief about that. And during the firing, what are the main points that we have to look out as a operation engineer that must we have to, so that we can avoid the chances of the tube failure or chances of this the fouling, the other factor?
Good question.
So just little bit brief about that.
Yes, because when the fuel crises are coming or when the fuel prices are going high and high, then everybody is looking for the biomass or whatever the fuel available. One call came from this Kutch side. Sir, we have searched one mine having a good quality of coal. I surprised, yeah, how you search out this good quality of coal nearby to us. So like that, the people are now searching all these things. So if the biomass, which biomass is available, that is first thing. If it is fouling biomass like rice husk and this groundnut shell or all whatever the biomass available, you can start the feeding. If your system permit with the 10%, 5%, because 100% it is not possible to use in your boiler existing, because boiler furnace is not designed accordingly. So you have not to go for a chance for 100%. You have to blend it by 10%, 20%, maximum 30% by watching the parameters. What are the parameters? But be sure that there will be a fouling fuel. So we have to make sure we have to use a high ash fuel blending together with the biomass. Then there will be less effect on the boiler tubes and system. So we have to be ensured that we have 10%, 5%, up to 30% we can try and see the parameters, then only we increase the any blending of any fuel. Right?
So just can you say some name of where we can going to up to 30% in the Gujarat?
In
the 30% we are consuming in the Gujarat region, Gujarat area.
Biomass, whatever the availability is not there, no?
Okay.
Availability is not there. 100% rice husk people are using in the northern region, in the southern region. It is not like that we have not to use the biomass fuel. 100% power plants are also running on the biomass fuel. But availability we have to see. And the furnace size is not allowing for the 100% when your boiler is designed for a lignite, for a imported coal, for coal, like that. So we have to change the design if you want to convert into the 100%. That is the main your limitation. You cannot burn like that 100% biomass fuel in the same furnace, right? That is the limitation. But 10, 20%, 30%, up to 30%, if your parameters permit, then there is no harm. But the cleaning frequency may be increased if you are not having that type of system of cleaning, right? Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good.
Regarding your question, blending of the fuels and all these things, my suggestion is that better you contact your manufacturer, because your boiler manufacturer has designed the boiler for particular fuel and particular calorific value of the fuel. So they are the best judge to give you the suggestion that how much percentage of blending can be allowed in your boiler. So don't go with the trial and error method. You contact your boiler manufacturer first of all.
I request that as we are going already lack of time, so if there is any other question, we can take it in the lunch, in the tea time outside. Please quickly take your tea break. Sorry. Yes, please. Yes, please. We'll finish up this question and then I request you all to go for the tea and come back within 10 minutes. Thank you.
Voice is not clear. आवाज नहीं आ रहा.
Please send him another mic, please.
आईडी फैन में वाइब्रेशन बारंबार आ रहा है, उसका रीजन क्या है?
आईडी फैन में वाइब्रेशन बारंबार आ रहा है, उसका रीजन है कि आपका एस डिपोजिशन है, आपका ईएसपी बैक फिल्टर वो काम नहीं करता होगा, तो भी आईडी फैन में वाइब्रेशन आएगा.
एपीएच भी चौक हो सकता है.
मेन डिपोजिशन है आपका चिमनी में से स्मोक नहीं आना चाहिए, तो आईडी फैन कभी आपका अनबैलेंस नहीं होगा.
And impeller imbalance also, please check.
Impeller imbalance due to the deposition. Impeller unbalance कब होगा?
पहले से ही.
Good. Clap for him. At least he is daring to ask the question. I am appreciating those who are making a daring to ask the question. And I am also available in the second session also. So not to worry. Be here. We will reply whatever the question left. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please be back within 10 minutes. I request all of you to be back within 10 minutes. Freshen up after the tea. I request the people who are sitting in the back rows, to please come front because the front rows are empty anyway. So the last row, I request all of you to please stand up and come in the front rows. I'm recalling my college time. No, nobody listens to the professor. Then the principal will have to shout and then everything will be done. Okay, so we'll start with the session. Managing performance and innovating for future. That's the theme for the session. I request our session chairman, Shri J.B. Suhag, to please come upon the dais and occupy his chair. I request Shri Rasik Dobaria, VP Tech, Admin and Business Development, Lakhani Engineers and Organization, Surat, to please come upon the dais and occupy his chair. He has over 42 years of industrial experience in thermal power plant, gas power plant, and nuclear power plant. After retirement, he has worked with ex-Bail team company Rotodyne Engineering Services Private Limited. I further request Sri Anindya Lahiri to please come upon the dais and occupy his chair. He has about 40 years of wide-ranging experience in energy and environment field, including renewables. During his career, he has demonstrated expertise in sales, marketing, strategic business planning, startup new businesses, etc. I request Shri Bhavesh Vasiani to please come upon the dais and occupy his chair. He is manager and head at Electrical Research and Development Association, Vadodara. He is MTech and he is accredited energy auditor from Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Government of India. I request our session chairman to please take over the session.
Yeah, first of all, request all the delegates to come nearer. Last one. It will be better interaction. Please. You are not listening to madam. That's why I told they will listen to me. Please come. Come nearer. Your presence will be counted.
But 9515.
Those only sit at last, those who want to go. Means you want to go. Please come. So, good evening, everyone. Now, I would like to request Mr. Dobaria, sir, to make his presence. And time limit, please take care, so that we will conclude the session because everyone hurry to go.
Good evening, everybody. So you have been given a very good cup of tea and some snacks over there, so you have enjoyed. Now this is one of the best and enjoyment technical considering to mankind what has happened during COVID-19. So how we become safe as a mankind and as well as in an industry, in a boiler area, how it is reflected with the mankind safety that we have to learn in this session. So I am very much thankful to D.S. Pandya sir who has organized this program. and who has put up this topic, particularly to get the awareness of boiler related with the mankind. So let us start. Steam and boiler system, importance of safety, performance and cost optimization of post-COVID. We all have experience that during the COVID-19, we were worried about to save the mankind from various angles. We were getting the news regarding the failure of mankind, and government was trying to get the survival of life. They have tried with the best efforts, whatever possible during that time. Doctorate team were available, a particular testing laboratory were made. It is totally related with the mankind to save the life, and thereby Saket Event Project organizer Pandya sir has chosen this topic related to mankind, how the boiler safety in industries we have to take care so that industries may not collapse because of non-performing of boiler. So what are the problems we have faced during the COVID-19 related to boiler operation to take care for inspection and everything? So that will be explained over here. We all are aware that during COVID-19, the given extreme life back to the mankind and loss of life. Various industries' performance has gone down due to the lockdown COVID-19. We were not permitted to go out for any call to attend the boiler problem, but because of COVID-19, we were bound to be stay over where we are. So it was very much difficult for the next location to survive the boiler. Because during the system operation, people were not aware what is going to be happen and what will happen if we are not attending the boiler. And as a boiler engineer, as a manufacturer, as an experienced person, we were eager to attend, but because of some COVID-19, we were not permitted to go out. So we are bound to be stuck up as we are. And thereby, the industry has got a lot of suffer, and it has reflected the loss of life during the COVID-19. But our Prime Minister of India has taken a very prompt action for the survival of mankind. He has made an announcement regarding the lockdown, regarding the vaccination, regarding the production of vaccination, and he has started 2-3 places of laboratory with the self-observation that my Indian people, along with the world people, get the best opportunity to live in this life during the COVID-19 effect. With that related, there was a challenge for the engineer also to go outside to attend the problem demanded by the industries. Same way, there was a boom from the hospital regarding the hot condition, regarding the oxygen availability, regarding the fresh air availability, regarding the sanitization. So, the demand of time for the hospital, for the mankind survive, there was a second time, in another way, in an industry, there was a demand to attend the boiler problem. To go for an inspection of a boiler, it was also during that time banned. So without inspection, if anything goes wrong, then there is another problem to survive for the industry. So that way, both the side, it was a really a tension problem, that how to get the survive in this pandemic time of COVID-19. So our Prime Minister has taken a great interest and he has announced that some of the part with the permission of government, they can go out to attend the problem. So some of the person who got a permission from the government, they were taking care of industries for a particular point where the mankind surviving was a problem. The guidance of the long-term sector in the industry trend following the occupant health and safety. Likewise, in the boiler operation and performance, we learned that we have to maintain the parameter, control, SOx and NOx at the workplace and the boiler area. We have to maintain the best housekeeping. It is again directed with the mankind. During COVID-19, we have been emphasized to maintain the best housekeeping. We have been informed frequent use the sanitization. We have been informed to maintain the distance. It was a mankind related safety. Likewise, in the boiler also, we have to maintain the safety, and for the safety precaution, we have to periodically inspect the boiler, we have to go for the preventive maintenance of the boiler, we have to take care of the fuel, we have to make the availability of fuel at the right time. It was a demand of time, and as an engineer, as a practical person, we have tried maximum to maintain outside industries which is mainly operated with the boiler related activities. We have maintained and we have supported our Prime Minister to come out from the COVID, and thereby the industrial growth also slowly started. Now we are talking about the boiler safety. There are the 4 major categories of the failure which exist of the boiler itself are a combustion explosion, steam pressure, meltdown and thermal shock. These are the 4 major boiler safety. Combustion explosion, this can be a result of the gases which built up and ignition source ignite the gases. This can be happen inside of the boiler or maybe happens outside of the boiler. To avoid the situation, we will discuss in the coming slide. Now the steam pressure, excessive increase of the steam pressure built up which exceeds the design pressure to the vessel. There are also the safety devices mounted on the boiler to prevent this. However, such accidents and failure are going to be occur. Meltdown. I think some of the people might have read that or might have experienced that in 2014. This has happened in Thermac boiler at ONGC Hazira. And that point was discussed during 11th National Conference how it has happened. So meltdown is a big problem to maintain the temperature during the operation. So one should not wait for the second incidence, but as a boiler engineer, as a boiler shift charge engineer or as a boiler operator, one has to take care that while on the boiler desk, you have to maintain the parameter. In earlier lecture, J.B. Suhag Sahab has shown the picture of that. In a control room, one person was greatly enjoying with the mobile. So, it is really shameful as a boiler engineer that where we are posted, it is our duty to attend the right time job at the right time. Otherwise, if you neglect for a moment of time, definitely failure is going to be occur. And we observed a great failure in 2014 at ONGC Hazira. To survive, to come out from the problem, it took 4 years. It took 4 years to come up the same position. So better to go for the loss, it is better to be attentive. In my practical experience in 1986, when I was at Orissa Thalwar Power Station, there was a 11 eta header temperature rising. A spray control valve failed. I approached to DGM that the temperature is uncontrollable. He said, I want pressure. J.B. Swag sir has rightly said, during that time you have to take action, forget about the boss, save the system. I remember that temperature of CI header has crossed 500 degrees centigrade. Even though in my second attempt also that DG was not getting convinced to stop the boiler. So with my personal list, immediately I stopped the boiler. Because if the header fail, you will not get 11 eta header readily available in any manufacturer, so thereby you have to cater the loss. My point is there, when you are operating the boilers, please be attentive to control the parameter. Once the parameter goes out, start to take corrective action. If you are not capable, if you are not aware of that, forget about, call the superior person, call the experienced person and try to get the information from them, start to take action of that. But try to save the system. That is our duty where we are posted. The impact of COVID-19, why the steam and the boiler industry is a crucial. During the time of COVID-19, boilers are crucial for the continued operation of varieties of the business. The creeping impact of the coronavirus has been felt across the globe, severely impacting the business, industries and people throughout the world. When we look at the steam and boiler industries, the current financial climate has been created both fear and opportunity. Fear and opportunity, we learned maximum that during this COVID-19 effect, we found that those who have been rightly thrown off their life in an industry, they are slowly grown up with the industries and their financial has boosted up. However, those who are waiting for the command regarding the full security, they are set back with their financial effect. So any situation when arise, we have to take courage to take the action. My point is that when you are in a boiler, when you are, say, observing any parameter going out of track, you have to take action. So never try to wait for, never try to avoid the safety. Despite of this robust outlook, the pandemic has significantly impacted the steam and boiler industries. And one aspect of the industry has been impacted, this maintenance. With a strict order to the social distance and lockdown in place of throughout the world, many steam and boiler maintenance business have been unable to provide the services such as the routine inspection even. Maintenance as regularly, and however, despite these challenges, several boiler maintenance business have stayed open and helped lead the way by issuing the statement and the protocol of the COVID-19 continually with the final way to provide the services. As I said earlier, courageous service engineer has taken a permission from authority and they have started to serve the mankind as well as the industries. They are finding the opportunity in essential sector to rely on the boiler. Despite of the overall financial impact in COVID-19 has opened a floodgate of opportunities for the steam and the boiler industries. Boilers are needed to make the steam and prepare hot water for a variety of essential services. They are not just important for the home, but also critical for the hospital, manufacturing business and power plant also. If you are not managing the boiler in a right way, you will get the less power output also, and it will affect the locality of the public where you have to supply the power and keep them live. So it was a challenge for a power plant engineer also to attend the duty. However, faithfully, without fearless, they have attended their duty with a respectfully, and they got survived with the outcome of power plant, and thereby we as a social person got survived with the availability of the life. Hospital rely on the boiler for a variety of essential services, including providing a heat to the hospital building as well as for the proper steam sanitization. With an increasing number of COVID-19 cases, hospital need top-notch boiler system and boiler repair services to ensure the proper operation. A pharmaceutical business rely on the boiler in their everyday operation to help them manufacturing the drugs as they sustain their production line. In the wake of COVID-19, the role of pharmaceuticals has grown even more important than before, with a sharp rise in the demand of drug, medical supply and research on a possible vaccine. It was a time for a challenge to develop the vaccination. Some of the laboratories in Ahmedabad took a chance. They approached the Prime Minister. They got convinced that we are capable if you permit us to produce this drug, vaccination and everything. So there was a demand of the steam availability. So they approached the private party that kindly provide us a continuity services for the operation of boiler, and Zydus Cadila is one of them who took an initiative. They survived with that and they have manufactured the vaccination, and we are the evidence that we started supplying for the mankind out of India. So we must appreciate the efforts taken by Zydus Cadila.
Mr. Rasik Bhai, please.
Okay, shortly. Food processing business rely on the boiler, and their work in the creating the processes food without property functioning of the boiler. Many food industries facilities would properly be come out the grinding hold. Industrial building and power plant also rely on the property function of the steam boiler. In fact, almost any industrial or the power generation facility has vital need for the maintenance of the efficient boiler. Importance of the energy efficiency. Ensuring of the safety of worker. During that time also we have taken a stand that those who are operating the boiler, they must be safe, that haphazardly they should not go for any operation and they may meet to an accident. So that has been also taken care during that time also, and regularly also we have to take care for the boiler operation to maintain the parameter. What was the stage of performance improvement? It required the action to address the COVID-19 crisis can be divided into three major stages, that is the respond, recover and thrive. These three stages are spread with the two additional interim stages, that is respond to recover and recover to thrive. The cumulative in a long-term operating environment we call the next normal. So we were waiting about when this pandemic effect becomes normal and we may come out from this severe effect of loss of life and mankind. We will strive to go out to attend our problem, and that is mainly related with the boiler. How the COVID-19 has changed the standard of worker safety and health. Ensuring the health and safety in the workplace, already critically important issue. Organization has invested occupational safety performance better, reduce turnover and help the worker to their job more effectively. But COVID-19 has forced companies to act quickly and decisively to keep the worker safe. As employer, endeavor to slow down the spread of virus while keeping the supportive and the productive work of environment. They have had to adopt a new business process. Means industrialists will quietly becomes helpful for their staff to get the survive, and thereby their business gets survive, and they have supported the mankind during the COVID-19. These are the step of cost reduction strategies for the next normal. Total worker health was taken care during that time at workplace. A practical implication of the implementing total worker health in a pandemic, it was taken very seriously and directed by our Prime Minister that no loss of life is being allowed during that pandemic, and as far as possible all the staff of Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, Gujarat government have taken action regarding the solution to come out from the COVID-19, and they have emphasized the industry to production and to keep continuity operation of boiler.
Rasik bhai.
Thank you.
Thank you.